guys, how you doing? Hope you're all keeping well. Yeah, coming to you from the garden today. Going to have a walk around and check out some of the trees here, show you what we have growing. We've had a few surprises for us. There's a few trees, trees. Let's start again. There's a few trees of which we didn't know their fruits last year. When we moved in, some had already shed all of their fruit, so it's been a surprise to us this year. We've got a couple of new types of fruit, so that's great. So we'll show you around, pick what's ripe. A few of the plums are ready for picking, and yeah, look forward to it. Cool, peace. Here we go, tree number one, absolutely huge. Loads of nice plums on this one. These are still not quite ripe, generally, but we're finding a few every day which are ready to eat. So yeah, it's really nice to be able to come and pick just a few of the ripe ones and have a nice bowl of fresh fruit in the kitchen every day. But this is humongous. If anyone knows anything about trees and knows about cutting trees, please leave us a comment, because many of these trees, this is a nice walnut here, of which we have many. Yeah, so many of these trees are just too tall, as you can see over there. I mean, even with a tall step ladder, which we had. Yeah, so I was up picking one of the new species of fruit, which is cherries. We was well chuffed to learn that we have two cherry trees. They've been and gone, but I could only get up to probably about here at a stretch. So ideally we want to cut them off at the top, hoping they'll spread out more at the bottom. Obviously we'll do our own research on that, but if anyone's got knowledge of that, we would appreciate it if you share it in the comments. Look at this beautiful little pear tree. A tiny tree, but really has quite a lot of fruit on that for a new tree. Yeah, so new to us this year is cherries and pears. So that's been a nice surprise. This one here is, on first glance, I always thought this was just a plum tree, but there's actually two trees right next to each other. And these beautiful little things, according to my Google search, it's a cornelian cherry, a different type of cherry which you can make jams and juices from and things like that. Yeah, and we've got loads of, this is also new to us this year. So that seems to be the main tree, but then the one growing along the side of it is yellow plums. So we have that. We have these lovely apple trees. Another walnut here. Then we have the boundary, which is this metal pole. This is another huge walnut tree. This is packed full of plums. This is another fresh walnut. So, not fresh, young walnut tree. These are actually pretty big. This is plum as well, isn't it? Some of these might be ready. Another pear tree here, jam-packed. These are all pears as well. I think we have 3 different types of pears. Red plums. This was the cherry tree. Love this little dwarf tree. This one definitely needs chopping. That has to be about 30 or 40 foot high, I'd say. I mean, I'm happy to feed the birds, but it needs to be cut down, I think. Finally seeing some tomatoes growing down here. First of the crop. Hey guys, so that completes the garden walkabout. Yeah, we have a bowl of plums from it, and I had a little tally up of the trees we have. So we have 11 types of plum, 7 types of apple, there was 5 walnut trees, we have 4 pear trees and 2 traditional type of cherry trees, and then one of the cornelian cherries which I showed you earlier, which I think you can only really make juice from. Yeah, so that's it on the tree front. Then there is this magnificent oak tree which I'm sitting under right now, referred to as a Hungarian oak or an Italian oak. So hang on a minute. Yes, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, this is the oak. That's another walnut tree. Yeah, so that's all good, but we've got a work cut out because you know, we found it slightly difficult, I'd say, harvesting all of the apples and the walnuts last year, and now we have a lot more, so that'll be fun. And yeah, it's sort of getting used to when all of them are ready as well, like the harvest times. We figured out that the cherries were ready at 20th of June, was the time when most of them were ready to pick. The others we'll have to learn this summer as we go on, and yeah, that'll be good to know. The plums are almost there, but they're all kind of different types of plums, and some of them are a bit behind. So we will see, and then we will be planting some more at some point as well. Not too sure what we'll plant, but definitely a bit more variety would be good. And we're still getting set up in the kitchen. We have no fridge yet, no freezer, so it makes things a little bit more difficult. But we'll preserve what we can and eat what we can and give away what we can. Yeah, I'm sure nothing will be wasted. And yeah, it's all good. Alright guys, Descotto.
What are you doing?